Hi, you are an owner who has long used the flexible production method. In your personal experience, what is the main problem you solve? It's since 2006 that I have the first multi-center, and I have bought a second multi-center in 2013. We had a horizontal machining center and were unable to deal with the workload due to high volumes but relatively small lots. So in order to solve this problem, we would have had to purchase 2 additional machining centers, which also meant having to hire more personnel to operate the machines. Then we discovered the multi-center. Thanks to the multi-center, we were able to move all the milling jobs to one machine, since the processing time per piece was reduced. The main advantage of the multi-center was without a doubt the fact that with the same number of operators, we managed to deal with the workload without hiring other technicians. Another advantage is the fact that the machine takes up less space than 3 machines, thus freeing up some workspace in the workshop. Moreover, once a piece is tooled the first time, the following setups are quick and easy, thus simplifying the production. Great! And sir, you're a production manager. In your case, what is the greatest benefit you have experienced using the multi-center? In 2016, I bought our first multi-center. In 2017, I bought a second, and recently the third. I had cycle time problems due to dead times of the tool changes and part load. In order to have all machining completed on the part, I had to tool different machines. On the multi-center, I load the part on the free pallet while the units are machining. Each of the 3 spindles carries out part of the machining at the same time. The positive results are a considerable reduction of the production times, precision, and reduction of the setup times. Now listen to a company who used machining centers in series and replaced them with the multi-center, now up to their 7th machine. In 2011, we bought our first multi-center, and recently, we ordered the 7th multi-center. The parts we machine on the multi-center are parts that are usually machined on horizontal machining centers. On a machining center, in order to compensate for tool changes and have a reasonable cycle time, I put more parts on each fixture. This created problems of repeatability as they are forged or cast parts. Since the multi-center has 3 machining centers, it is competitive regarding cycle time with 1 part per fixture by simplifying the fixtures and, in particular, their cost. The same thing is for tooling the machine before starting production. The monitoring of 16 or 24 parts per fixture extended the startup time. Today with the multi-center, the maximum parts we load are 2 per pallet. In this way, setup is considerably sped up. Another advantage is the possibility of load and unload with robot. That with a machining center is not possible unless you invest more than 20-25 times the amount for the fixture cost. As a consequence, the multi-center offers an important reduction of personnel. The flexibility of managing the ramp-up and down of a part, i.e. before a part is regularly machined, on a transfer there are smaller batches and pre-operation to do that on a transfer cannot be handled with low costs, as opposed to the multi-center. Good, and you're a tool maker if I'm not wrong. The same question for you. What impressed you the most from the multi-center? In 2006, I bought the first machine, and in 2016, I bought the second one. The problems we had before the multi-center were mainly long setup and cycle times. In addition, the precision of the previous machine was not high enough anymore. Long cycle times and long changeover times did not allow an immediate machining change. Let's say that once we had found the balance, we tried to machine as much parts as possible, increasing the inventory, a great cost for the company. With the multi-center having a big tool magazine, 24 for each unit, for a total of 72, I have the chance to have more tools mounted for different products, so the changeover time is only for the replacement of the jaws. The multi-center is very compact, more precise, and faster, both in the cycle times and in the tool management. This allows us to produce small batches and then to change products in a short time, reducing the setup time. The positive results I got are more precision, reduction of setup times, reduction of cycle times, flexibility in product change. This allows us to meet our customers' requests as much as possible. great result. Satisfying your customers is not easy today. Now, let's listen to the opinion from a company who has installed 6 multi-centers. I have had the multi-center since 2009, and recently I installed the 6th multi-center. Before having the multi-center, I had to machine the part in different clampings with the following problems: dents, critical thickness, accuracies, burr problem. Thanks to the multi-center, we had the chance to optimize the cycle in order to solve the problems of quality and cycle time. In addition, the machine allows to tool from one part to another in 15 minutes, thanks to the great availability of ever-present tools in the magazine. 15 minutes of production change. That's really extraordinary. Now, a company owner who explains how he finally found productivity. I bought the multi-center in 2014. Before we installed the multi-center, it was impossible for us to machine the 6 sides of my piece, also with a few angle holes at the same time. Now, thanks to a suitably equipped multi-center, I can machine the 6 faces and use standard tools. The multi-center has solved problems with the machining of some families of pieces with execution times that finally allow me to speak of productivity. Let's listen to which problems have been solved, always thanks to the multi-center. It is from 2013 that we have the multi-center. Ever since we installed the multi-center, we have cut down on scrap. We are able to deliver much faster, and we have reduced our production costs thanks to the quick retooling. With the multi-center, we have achieved positive results, improving the quality of our finished pieces and increasing productivity. Now we can offer our customers faster deliveries at a more competitive price. Now the opinion of a lean manufacturing manager.
We have the multi-center since 2015. The multi-center allows us to think and operate small batches using the department logic and not single machine logic. Therefore, I do not have to stop big orders in order to make place for smaller requests anymore, because now I can count on the multi-center.
From a lean manufacturing manager, we pass now to a business owner. Let's see if he is happy too with the choice of the multi-center. I have the multi-center since 2014, and recently I bought a second system. I made the right choice when I bought the multi-center since, even if I do not have other machines similar to yours, I found the right compromise between productivity and flexibility. We have different parts that are machined on your machine with batches, which sometimes are small, 500, 1,000 parts, and sometimes larger, 15,000, 20,000. Before, these parts were produced by single machining centers or by a twin spindle lathe. We found out that the setup times of the multi-center are similar to the previous machines, but the productivity is immediately 5 times better than the previous one from annual statement. Before, we had a twin spindle center and 2 centers directed to the production of those parts, and often we had to also produce them outside. Now, the multi-center is enough, and we still have a good safety margin. We appreciate your fixture design and your project, which allowed us to realize the part clamping in an extremely functional and performing way.